So good morning, student. Today we are discussing about the fundamentals of electric drives. So first of all, about the definition of the electric drive. So before going to discuss the definition of the electric drive, so first of all, what is meant by the power electronic controller drives and power semiconductor drives? Here, the power electronic controller drives means that is they for a electrical machines for controlling purpose we are applying a power electronic converter, so that's why it is called as a power electronic control drives, and also it is called as a power semiconductor drives because of we are using the power semiconductor devices as a components in the power electronic converters. So that's why here also it is called as the power semiconductor drives. So now coming to the definition of the electric drive, here see that the system which is used for controlling the motion of electrical machine, the system which is used for controlling the motion of an electrical machine, such type of system is called an electric drive. That is, in some applications like the domestic and industrial, some more application we require the control of process. So control of process means that is the motion control of a machine. So that system or the mission which is employed for controlling the mission is called as a system. That is, the system is nothing but a drive. Okay, that is the system which is used for controlling the motion of an electrical machine. Such type of system is called an electrical drive. So in other words, the drive which uses the electric motor is called electrical drive. That means the system which is used as a drive, nothing but a electrical machine. So when we are using a electrical motor in the system, that's why it is called as a electrical drive. So the electrical drives uses any of the prime movers like diesel or a petrol engine, gas or steam turbines, steam engines, hydraulic motors and electrical motors as a primary source of energy. That means for supplying the energy, here any of the prime movers we can use, that is like a diesel or a petrol engine, gas or steam turbines and steam engines, hydraulic motors and electrical motors. So these prime movers supplies the mechanical energy to the drive for motion control. Okay, so this is the definition of electrical drive. So in shortcut, we also define the electrical drive. Here, see the an electrical drive is defined as a form of machine equipment designed to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy and provide electrical control of the process. Once again, a electrical drive is defined as a form of machine equipment designed to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy and provide electrical control of the process. That means here we are using a machine equipment which is designed to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. Okay, and provide electrical control of the process. Here control means we want to control the electrical parameters, that is the voltage and current and what is the power factor, like that. The finally here where the load, we want to control the load parameter, those are the torque and speed. So the system employed for motion control is called an electrical drive. So this is the simple definition of the electrical drive. Okay, so next coming to the block diagram of electric drive. So see that the block diagram consists of that. First one block is source. This is source means energy source which is available in the input, that is energy source, and power modulator, motor, load, sensing unit and control unit. Source, that is the source means either a AC source or DC source. Okay, So here the power modulator means that is nothing but a power electronic converter, power electronic converter. So this power electronic converter functions are, it want to be convert the energy which is required form of the motor. For example, if it is a DC motor, then for controlling of the DC motor speed, we want to supply the variable voltage. So that's why here when the source is AC, then the power modulator is acting as a rectifier. So rectifier function is it convert the fixed AC to variable AC. So that's why power modulator convert the fixed AC to variable AC, and it gives to the motor as the input. That means variable voltage is given to the motor. And if the motor is a DC and here input is a DC, that means fixed DC, then the power modulator act as a DC chopper. Here chopper perform the fixed DC voltage is converted into variable DC. For example, if it is a AC motor, then here available supply is the AC, then it want to be convert again the AC voltage controller or cyclo converter. Here it is a DC, we want to connect here the inverter, either PWM inverter or bridge inverter. Any inverter here we want to connect, that is nothing but a power electronic converter. Okay. Next, motor means that is either a DC motor or AC motor, and load is a machinery equipment which perform the given task. Okay. So now the sensing unit measures the output parameters, that is the speed and torque of the motor, which are compatible to the load requirement, and it is compared with the input command signals, and then error signals are generated here. These error signals are modified or controlled by the control unit here, and this control unit perform this error and compensate the errors, either positive or negative errors, and supplies the control signal to the power electronic converter. Here control signals, nothing but the components which are connected in the power electronic converter. That means that is the SCR family devices, that is SCR, MOSFET, IGBT, IGCT, not anyone. Here the control circuit want to supply the signals which required. Here the components are connected in the power electronic converter. So this is the control circuit. That means it supply the gate turn on and turn off signals to the components. So this is about the block diagram of the what is the electrical drive. So this is totally, it is a block diagram of simple electric drive. Okay. Next. So here the functions of the power modulator. Power modulator regulate the output power of the source. It controls the power from the source to the motor in such a manner that motor transmit the speed torque characteristics required by the load during the transient operations like starting, braking, and speed reversing. The excessive current drawn from the source. This excessive current drawn from the source may overload it or may cause a voltage drop. Hence, the power modulator restricts the source and motor currents. Okay, during this transient condition, there is a chance to increase the source current, source to motor, and there is a chance to dip the voltage. So that's why power modulator, it restricts these two functions during the transients. And the power modulator convert the energy according to the requirement of the motor. That is, if the source is a DC and an induction motor is used, then power modulator convert DC into AC. It is also select the mode of operation of the motor. So mode of operation means that is if in which mode motor want to be operate, either motoring mode or braking mode. So this is also the selected by the power modulator, that is motoring or braking mode. Okay. Next, control unit. The control unit controls the power modulator which operates at a small voltage and power levels. The control unit also operates the power modulator as desired. That means it operates how the power modulator wants the turning on, turn off signals. It wants to be supplied. It also generates the command for the protection of power modulator and motor. Okay, an input command signal which adjusts the operating point of the drive from an input to the control unit, sensing unit. So it sends the certain drive parameters like motor current and speed. It mainly required either for protection or for closed loop operation. Okay, next coming to the advantage of electric drive. The following are the advantages of the electric drive. So the electric drive has very large range of torque, speed and power. Their working is independent of the environmental conditions. The electric drives are free from pollution. The electric drives operate on all the quadrants of the speed torque plane. The drive can easily be started and it does not require any refueling. Okay, the efficiency of the drive is high because fewer losses occur on it. Okay, next, the disadvantages of electric drive. The power failure completely disabled the whole of the system. That means if there is a power failure, then the total system is blackout. So that is the most disadvantage of the electric drive. And the application of the drive is limited because it cannot use in a place where the power supply is not available. So that is, the electric drive is not used where the power supply is not available. Next, it can cause noise pollution. And next, the initial cost of the system is very high. It has poor dynamic response. So it has poor dynamic response. The output power obtained from the drive is low. And during the breakdown of the conductors or short circuit, the system may get damaged due to which several problems occurs. So breakdown of conductors or short circuit condition, the system may get damaged due to which several problems occur. So these are the main disadvantages of the electric drive. Okay. Next, applications of electric drive. It is used in a large number of industrial and domestic applications like transportation systems, rolling mills, paper machines, text mills, machine tools, fans, pumps, robots, and washing machines, etc. These are the main application of the electric drives. Okay. Next, fundamental torque equation of electric drive. So here, a motor generally drives a load, nothing but mission. Load is nothing but here the mission through some transportation, some transmission system. A motor generally drives a load through some transmission system. While motor always rotates, the load may rotate or undergo a translation motion. While motor always rotates, the load may rotate or undergo a translation motion. Next, the load speed may be different from that of motor, and if the load has many parts, the speed may be different, and while some parts rotate, other may go through a translation motion. This means here the speed of the load may be different from that motor because the load contains many parts. In that parts, some are under the translation or under may go to the rotation. So that's why these speed of these parts are different. So that's why the load speed may be same or different that of the motor. So, and the equivalent circuit of the motor and load system is, so here like this. This is the motor and this is the load. Both are connected through a transmission system here. Okay. So that is the rotation of the motor is clockwise and the rotation of the load is anti-clockwise. Okay. Here some notations are used which are J, nothing but that moment of inertia of motor load system referred to the motor shaft, units are kg meter square, and omega m. This is the instantaneous angular velocity of motor shaft in radians per second, and T is the instantaneous value of the developed motor torque in Newton meter. This is the T is the motor torque, developed motor torque in Newton meter, and TL is the TL is the instantaneous value of the load torque referred to the motor shaft in Newton meter. So here load torque includes friction and windage torque of motor. So motor load system shown in figure can be described by the following fundamental equation, that is T minus TL is equal to d by dt of j omega m. Here again this simplifying this equation gives that j into d omega m by dt plus omega m into dj by dt. That is equation 1. Equation 1 is applicable to variable inertia drives such as mine vendors, rail drives, industrial robots, etc. In this case, the moment of inertia is variable. So that's why this complete equation is applicable in such this type of application. And where the inertia is constant for a drives with constant inertia, the term dj by dt goes equal to 0. So that's why equation 1 becomes T is equal to TL plus J into d omega by dt. This is equation 2. So equation 2 shows that torque developed by the motor is converted balanced by load torque and dynamic torque. So that is torque developed by the motor T is equal to the sum of load torque plus dynamic torque. Here dynamic torque is nothing but J into d omega m by dt. So that torque component J into d omega m by dt is called dynamic torque because it is present only during the transient operation. Okay. Next, energy associated with the dynamic torque is stored in the form of kinetic energy and is given by j omega m square by 2. This is the fundamental torque equation. This gives the fundamental torque equation. So equation 1 and equation 2 are called as the fundamental torque equation. Equation 1 is during for a variable inertia constant, and equation 2 is with the constant inertia. These are the fundamental torque equations. Okay.